a universal collective-like consciousness of some sort may be physically inevitable.
Yep.
Now, we don't need to anthropomorphize this idea or make it religious or spiritual.
Then what the F are you supposed to anthropomorphize, Klee Irwin?
But it turns out that a universal collective-like consciousness of some sort may be physically inevitable.
Yep.
Now, we don't need to anthropomorphize this idea or make it religious or spiritual.
This is my beef with this man. If we're going to say, well, we don't have to anthropomorphize this consciousness, it's like, then what the F are you supposed to anthropomorphize, Klee Irwin? And by the way, hats off to Klee Irwin. That guy is brave. He is actually a theoretical physicist. He's better than 99.99% of other theoretical physicists out there. But you do have to anthropomorphize this consciousness, because that is what you do with conscious beings. If I know who you are, then I know you better than if I just know what you are. That means I have to anthropomorphize you. Sentient Singularity Theory is on top of the assembly of what other people are calling theories of everything that are not. Klee Irwin's Emergence theory, geometric unity, SO10, Stephen Wolfram's computational universe. You compute, but you're not just a computer. Being emergent and computational are not describing of what something is, it is describing of what something is doing. Where and when and why and how and what are all parts of a who, but the most important, most objective, most true structure is consciousness. That means you must anthropomorphize it. If you don't, you are abandoning context. And if you're abandoning context, then you can't build sense, order. Context is key. That means starting from the idea that existence is a singularity of sentience, and it leads to sentient singularities within it. Mirrors of itself, made in its image. Religion isn't wrong. Sometimes it's misinterpreted. Science isn't wrong. Sometimes it's misinterpreted. There's just truth, though. And the truth is a who. And you have to anthropomorphize it. Or else you can't even know what structures to start building. I did this by accident and discovered the theory of everything by accident because I was trying to understand consciousness. And it just so happens that reality is a consciousness. So if you understand consciousness, you understand reality. The reality that you are inside of another sentient being, just like you, with thoughts and feelings. And until you anthropomorphize this existence and internalize that anthropomorphization even into your own feelings, not just your thoughts. Once you do that, that is the achieving of wisdom. You have to anthropomorphize it. If you don't, you won't have feelings for it. You might sit there and be like, yeah, the universe is a consciousness, which is a collective, hive mind of smaller consciousnesses. But it makes you feel nothing. Why should it make you feel nothing? It chose to create you. More so than even your parents chose to create you. And you anthropomorphize them. You love them. You feel for them. You care about them. You sometimes disobey them, but also work to make them proud. This is how we need to view reality. And anybody that says otherwise is not as good of a quantum physicist as me, or as good of a philosopher as me. or as good of a scientist as me. Fact. It's logically inevitable. And that is why the name of this show is Theory of Every One, and not Theory of Everything, because the reality of a theory of every thing is that it is actually a theory of every one. There is no such thing as a theory of everything. There isn't. Everything that exists objectively is consciousness. And that is a someone, not a something. Something is a perspective. Someone is a perceiver. That was good. You know that was good. You do compute like a computer, but you are not just a computer. That's why computational universe is not the most objective name. This is why I have to win. It's stitched into the fabric of reality. Because it's stitched into the reality of linguistics. Because it's stitched into the fabric of reality. I win because I have the best name. Because it's the closest to describing the essential nature of reality. And it's not a competition. But everybody else in this space does view it as a competition. So, for the sake of friendly competition that later turns to unity, I win. Inevitably. I don't have to try to win. I don't. Even if the system never adopts what I'm saying, which it already did. The idea of God's existence, that's the majority of the world. And if you think the universe loves you, congratulations, you believe in Sentient Singularity Theory. Mathematics is more fundamental than physics. But more fundamental than mathematics is perspective. And perspectives are observed by perceivers, and perceivers are sentient beings. You are a singularity of sentience. And existence is a sentient singularity. This is definitely my best stream yet. 100%.